Well, that was very unexpected. Rockstar finally released their second trailer for Grand Theft Auto 6. And just basically exactly 18 months after the first trailer debuted in December of 2023. Fans have been waiting for a very long time for more details, and they were thrilled when the nearly 3 minutes video quietly appeared on YouTube and social media without any warning at all. Running almost 3 minutes as mentioned, this trailer gives us a much better look at the game's world, the main characters, and even the soundtrack. Now, when the trailer went live, it's an interesting fact, Rockstar website struggled under the sudden rush of visitors, and YouTube viewer count rose at around 23,000 views. It was clearly that everyone wanted a closer look. This wasn't just a short, pretty teaser, but a real taste of gameplay, story moments, and bustling city of Leonida. As the video's shadow dropped online, cheers and reactions flooded of social feeds, with fans dissecting every frame and clues of this trailer. Now, I actually want to get through and see what we have learned from the second trailer of Grand Theft Auto 6. First, let's get into the individual characters. Jason, by the name of Jason Duval, he grew up surrounded by grifters and crooks. His childhood was rough. People he knew were always looking for quick scores. In an attempt to change, he joined the army after his troubled teens. He hoped the discipline would set him on a straight path, but once he left the service, old habits drew him back in. He ended up in the Keys, working for local drugs runners, doing what he knew best. Jason wants an easy life, but things just keeps getting harder. An easy score that should have set him for life goes wrong, and suddenly he's in deeper than ever. And when he meets Lucia, everything changes. He knows how he'd like their story to end, but at the moment it is impossible to tell whether meeting her will be the best thing or perhaps even the worst. Now, regarding Lucia, her second name is Caminos, was thought to fight almost as soon as she could walk. Her father was a tough man, and he made sure she knew how to defend herself. From a young age, life has been testing her, always swinging, always pushing her to the limit. That fighting spirit helped her protect her family, but it also landed her in the jail. Now, she only escaped that prison because of the sheer luck, and she never forgotten how close she came to losing everything. Now fresh out of the prison, Lucia has learned her lesson. No more reckless moves. She committed to making smart choices no matter what it takes. More than anything, she wants a good life her mother dreamed of when they were in Liberty City. Instead of daydreaming, Lucia is ready to take matters into her own hands. And as such, Jason and Lucia both know the deck is stacked against them. They come from hard lives, and they understand that the world doesn't give fair breaks to people like them. And when there's an easy job turns into a disaster, they find themselves on the darkest side, on the sunniest places in America. Caught in the middle of the statewide criminal conspiracy, they must rely on each other more than ever if they want to make it out alive. Their fate are now bound together, and every choice they make could mean life or death. Perhaps also I wanted to mention an interesting fact as well regarding the trailer and the music. The song playing through the trailer 2 is called Hot Together, performed by the Pointer Sisters. It's upbeat, soulful kind of vibe, contrasts perfectly with the high stakes action and on screen, giving the scene extra energy and style. I believe that Rockstar always have fantastic implementations of songs and choices that they made within their games. And regarding the trailer itself, that what we have seen, and one of the first things obviously players will notice is how true to life the cars look as first of all. Early on we spot familiar fictional GTA brands like Vapid, but as the trailer unfolds, vehicles appear that clearly resemble real-world models. A sleek coupe has the smooth curves of a Porsche, and other cars' sharp angles recall kind of like a Lamborghini as well. Even a luxury sedan looks very much like a Mercedes. Rockstar's artists have never come so close to mimicking real car designs, making every chase scene feel more authentic. And of course, longtime fans will recall how Grand Theft Auto San Andreas let you bulk up or slim down your character. The new trailer shows that Jason with big muscles, then later kind of perhaps looking a little more linear while working out as well. And this strongly hints that Grand Theft Auto 6, you might actually gain the ability to have an alter of your character's weight, and including of course strength and stamina, but of course depends of course when you visit the gym or choose different sorts of food that you choose to eat. Now, if this feature returns, it will add a fun layer of realism, letting players tailor their own hero's fitness and fighting ability. And of course, as you know it, Grand Theft Auto is famous for its huge selections of weapons, and the new trailer does not disappoint. We see a classic submachine gun that resembles an MP5, ideal for quick close-quarter combats, and more exciting are quite the heavier weapons. Lucia actually fires an automatic grenade launcher during the police chase, kind of turning the street into bloody chaos. There's also scenes inside of the ammunition store where racks are filled with light machine guns, semi-automatic rifles, handguns, and far more. Players will have no shortage of firearms that they can choose for themselves. So the trailer also shows Lucia competing in a bare knuckle fight using swift, graceful moves. This suggests that Grand Theft Auto 6 may bring back the fighting style system from San Andreas, where you learn new hand-to-hand techniques by training in gyms or underground rings. And of course, close combat promises to be smoother and more detailed than ever before, offering intense brawls and polished martial arts action. Now, safe houses. Actually, well, as you guys know, it has been a very long part of the Grand Theft Auto series, but in this trailer, it quite hits at deeper customization options. Now, we see Lucia and Jason enter a house under renovation, bare walls, exposed beams, and empty rooms. And minutes later, the same space is filled with furniture, artwork, and decorations. You know, it kind of seems players will be able to upgrade, furnish, and personalize their own hideouts, creating a home base that reflects their style and success, of course. And now, for the first time I believe, you might be able to explore the open world alongside another main character, rather than just switching between the missions. Several scenes show Lucia and Jason hanging out, sipping drinks at the street stand, strolling along neon-lit boulevards, and laughing on a sunny beach. These moments hint at leisure activities you can share, adding warmth and depth to their relationship. Now, though the trailer doesn't show fishing in action, Rockstar released a still image of a character casting a line into the sunlit inlet. Given many rivers and lakes and coastal waters, fishing could be a part of the tennis or golf as relaxing side activity. Now imagine steering a boat with Jason, patiently waiting for a bite, another way to unwind between adrenaline-fueled missions. And also, earlier in the trailer, Jason walks down a crowded sidewalk and a woman calls his name. Instead of being surprised, he just laughs it off. This small moment hints at the reputation system where NPCs remember your past deeds or notoriety. People might react differently based on your actions, cheering you on, cowering in fear, or heckling you as you pass by. And of course, crimes is at the heart of Grand Theft Auto. In the trailer opening seconds, Jason holds a convenience store clerk at gunpoint, showing of course you can rob the stores. Combined with glimpses of grand, multiple parts of the heist involving armored vehicles and citywide chaos, it promises a variety of criminal jobs, each with its own planning, risks, and of course the reward. And next up, I want to go through supporting cast that we have learned from this trailer for the Grand Theft Auto 6. First, it is Cal Hampton. Basically, he's Jason's friend, a fellow associate of Brian's, and I will get in Brian a little later. Cal feels kind of safest at home, snooping at Coast Guard comms with a few beers and private browser tabs. You know, he's quite kind of a quiet tech mind behind several small jobs. Then we have Booby Ike, a local Vice City legend. Booby built on a legitimate empire from a real estate, a strip club, and a recording studio. He's all smile, right, until the time to talk business. Now, his biggest bet is on his partnership with Draquan, at the Oni Raw Records, where he hopes to launch the next big hit. Now, Drerequan Priest, basically, just as I touched on him a little bit, he's basically more of a hustler than a gangster. The Drerequan always dreamed of making it in the music production, and now signed to Booby's label, he's booked acts as H strip clubs, and he's pretty much hungry for more. His eyes are set on breaking into the Vice City scenes. You know, everybody's trying to get up there. Real Demes, or I believe by Lucia and Roxy, these two friends turned street smart into rap success. An early hit with the local rapper Downplay made them stars, now signed at Oni Raw Records. They hope to strike lightning twice, so a little bit of an extra mention regarding the side characters. Then we have Raul Bautista, hopefully I'm not butchering the name, a seasoned bank robber with a charm and cunning. Raul is always hunting for risk takers who want a big rewards. You know, his recklessness pushes his crew into even more dangerous jobs though. Then lastly we have Brian Heder, a classic drug runner from the golden age of smuggling and keys. Brian moves production through his boatyard, and he lets also Jason, the main character, live rent-free at one of his properties in exchange for help with the local shakedowns. You know, Grand Theft Auto 6's second trailer offers a rich mix of new features and beloved series staples. From realistic cars and gym-driven body mechanics to a vast weapon roster, just hand-to-hand fighting and customizable hideouts, there's just so much things that can definitely excite fans. With two protagonists to explore the world together, side activities like perhaps fishing and deep criminal conspiracy binding Jason and Lucia's fate, the game looks more dynamic than ever. Mix in the catchy beat of Hot Together by the Pointer Sisters, and you have a trailer that perfectly captures the energy and danger of Leonida's streets. Now, the wait has been long, I gotta admit, 18 months is a crazy amount of time, but it seems like Grand Theft Auto 6 will be worth every moment. And with the second trailer, I feel like that it genuinely does justice, and personally man, I cannot wait to get my hands on this game. This second trailer was fantastic, was very much unexpected, big surprise, but it is looking awesome. Thank you so much for watching, like and subscribe, see you guys all, and have a wonderful day.